well that the reputation is online. They are here in defence of the tag of world champs of the game of rugby league. The Kiwis with a shot at it, but they will have to contend with Langer and company. You're not going to have to look far to find the villains tonight. Especially the likes of Tallis after that fiery encounter, often violent at times, just last Friday night. Clouds still threatening here at North Harbour. But Langer, the main threat in this game of football. Outstanding Australian side. Lockyer at the back, Brasher, Renoff and Darren Smith, Sailor, Broncos everywhere. Andrew Johns important to link up with Langer now. Kevin Walters is gone. Webke, Jason Hetherington, one of the Bulldogs, gets his test debut here. Darren Brett, Gordon Tallis, Robbie Kearns, Jason Smith, and still plenty to fire from the bench from the #1 coach in the game, Wayne Bennett, who will look to the likes of Sailor also to provide plenty on kick and return, and Lockyer, who was outstanding after being down for the count at Suncorp Stadium.
He certainly was down for the count. And this man here just coming onto the field, Gordon Tallis, gets a good New Zealand welcome to say, hey, you're on opposition turf here tonight.
Frank Endicott has a chance at it, has a chance at taking a series. Not far behind will be Pongia and co, who just for the moment keep the Aussies waiting.
Well, I think it's a good ploy too. Put pressure on the Australian side. This guy here, Jason Hetherington, just on the show then. You get a little bit nervous. They'll keep these Australians just waiting. The Aussies have done it to the Kiwis numerous times, but just wait till this crowd sees the Kiwi side come down that tunnel. Give them a great boost of confidence, knowing that they have not lost a test match here yet. And these blokes here certainly will help out when the Hargreaves perform in front of this massive crowd here at Albany.
Still lots of fans outside trying to get in. Just moments from kickoff, and it will be a nervous wait here for the Aussies. Finally, Pongia, nice and stern. Have they learnt from last Friday night? They must control the ball. And whilst they start to think about it passionately, this reception here at North Harbour will give them an enormous lift tonight. Make no mistake, all of this, Gary Freeman, will be not just echoing, it will be resounding in the ears down the other end of the Australians.
Yeah, it certainly will be, and I tell you what, they've waited for a long time for the Kiwis to come out. And, mate, I just can't wait for the kickoff. It's going to be unbelievable.
Richard Barnett to take over for Ridge in #1. Hoppy, Kevin Iro, Wiki Halligan gets his start on the wing. The point-scoring machine, and Robbie Paul, Stacey Jones at the half and 5/8. Joe Vagana, Sideru, Pongia up front, the skipper, to show the way home in this decider. McCracken, Kearney, Logan Swan, and still Namu Iro, Tony Pulatua, and Kalis to come from the bench. And a very important unit in this match tonight, the man in charge who lost it early, admitted to it at Suncorp, the referee, Russell Smith.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a lot of pressure on to make sure that the tackles are kept down from both sides, I might add, Graham. And I'll tell you what, the first opening 5 to 10 minutes is really going to show us how he is going to referee here tonight, how quick they get off the play of the ball, and when he does come in, to see how the tackles are progressing throughout the opening 15 minutes.
For the moment, he and his touch judges will settle on the best dressed here at North Harbour. We just stand by for the national anthems of both countries.
Gifts of beauty.
Bit of a lonesome old battle up on the hill here for one Aussie fan. I think he's about to be well and truly drowned out.
Nations at thy feet, in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices, we entreat. God defend our free land. God Pacific's triple star, from the shaft of strife and war, make her praises heard afar. God defend New Zealand.
What a scene set up. Now all of a sudden 13 Australians will probably try to shut out this as they look to be about overwhelmed at the 50. The crowd lapped it up. The Aussies took no part, turned their backs, went down the other end of the field.
Well, there's only one player really watching. That was one Gordon Tallis, and the crowd really did get behind the Kiwis. Let's just hope they can go out there and be controlled, disciplined, put the Aussies under a heap of pressure and get some early points.
Toddy, do they go all the way? Do they go back to the upset here in the first test?
Well, I do. I think the Kiwis are very, very confident. I was watching the way they're doing that haka. They're fired up. But Gary Freeman, you're dead right. Let's, if they're going to belt it or put it on for 5 or 10 minutes. Use their brains and play football. That's what we all want.
45-year wait to take a series against the Aussies. Forget about take one, take two. This is take three and a decider. Plenty of fireworks in Brisbane. About to be matched here in Auckland. The Aussies inside the 20. Darren Brett to test them out in the engine room. Gets an early touch, gets hammered by McCracken. Hoppy flying in over the top. Tallis. Here's the one the crowd are looking for from last week as well. Joe Bugadar nails him. Webke was battered after that test. Now he's back for more and he cops some similar treatment. Johns off the side of the boot, doesn't go where he wants, travels straight to Barnett. And Barnett cuts a heavy hit from Tallis, swinging arm and laid over the top. And it was unwarranted, and the touch judge immediately in. Tallis will cut plenty from all and sundry here over this.
You come over the top with a swinging. I need an earpiece in here, it's coming out all the time. Get your time, man. Here. Rolling.
This is where Gordon Tallis has certainly come over the top there and given one to Richie Barnett, who I thought was nearly going to go straight through the Australian defence.
Interesting, good confident running from Barnett. Now Tallis, it gave plenty back in retaliation. This is where the Kiwis made the mistake of giving up early penalties last week.
Yeah, they did. I'll tell you what, the referee straight away has got straight into it.
Dropping on. Well, whatever, I didn't quite see where the contact was, but we must have controlled, Gordon.
The big thing about that set of six there was the New Zealanders' intensity in the line to get off their line very quickly, but also their chase of the kicker. They knew that Johns was doing the kicking, chased like crazy. They got a bad kick in the Aussies. Good running by the fullback and Barnett.
Outstanding opportunity early. Halligan to get them inside the 40. And to set up a war here at North Harbour. Pongia now to control this ball, now to see out their sets of 6 to worry the Australians. Joe Bugadar fires right up. to climb out of the tackle from Brasher. Andrew Johns went missing over the top, now wide. And Logan Swan full of running. Right to the 20 midfield either side. Jones on return. Back from McCracken. Good confident play. And the penalty must come. He wanted to get up and play it. The Aussie stole the ball.
One thing I've noticed already with the Kiwis attack is going down that short side where Renouf is sitting by himself. He's not too good on the defence when the big fellas like McCracken are flying at him at 100 mile an hour.
They look sharp, Toddy. They look good.
Yeah, well, they are. They're playing with controlled aggression, and that's what we want out here. It's great stuff. They're unsealing the Aussies, and this is an easy one for Daryl Halligan. He'll pop this over, no trouble.
Easy.
You're
Spoken like a true front rower,
Well,
about 7 metres in from the sideline.
Well, look, I mean, he pots these over for breakfast, you two. Come on.
I'm not saying nothing.
Turn it up. Where's Hill? Cop this one easy.
Mate, if it goes over, I'm with you.
Oh, good on you.
87%. Remarkable season for him. What a luxury. No ridge, but here comes Halligan. Right down the middle. The Kiwis crack open the board after only a couple of minutes through Halligan. 2-0. Evans above. The Aussies will be thinking the game's nearly over.
I think some of them wish it was already, the way that the Kiwis played so well down that blind side there. Here is the referee, Smith. He's trying to get that earpiece put back into his ear. There's a Kiwi crowd full of joy only after around about 4.5 minutes of play.
This is where the Kiwis don't want any breakdown in play either. They want to get on with it. A little bit of a roll, nice and early. So he's got problems with his touch judge. If he's got problems with this as well, going to be important. Andrew Johns hangs it up nice and high, allows them plenty of time to get down there. Hoppy. Support amongst the forwards. Good bustling defence from the Bulldogs of Darren Britt and Jason Hetherington. Pongia, nice and strongly over the advantage line. Like him in the role of captain.
Wait on, go. Oh, I was going to go Jones.
No, you want him to run a lot more. It opened up just for a fraction, but Pongia, I think, is a good choice as skipper.
Oh, well, he will settle them down. The big thing about the way that Quinton plays, he is there always, 9 out of 10, to try and take the ball forward for them to get them a nice roller. This is a very good kick chase by the New Zealand side.
It's found some grass, it's split Lockyer, and what a great chase from McCracken and Ricky. The Australians will need some early wake-up calls. They're getting them in big doses. Darren Britt just throwing themselves into everything. This huge black and white wave. Tallis smashed to ground. So forget about just the 13 out there. The Australians having to handle this remarkable atmosphere at North Harbour. Langer staying short side. Jason Smith, just a little chip and chase. Great play for Darren Smith. Throws it inside. Oh, the Kiwis. Great break for Australia. Langer, unbelievable kick wide. Oh, Brasher. Oh, stunning. Absolute stunner. I'll tell you what, against the run of play, you have just seen one of the most remarkably gifted test tries of all time.
That was unbelievable here. The little kick here by Jason Smith bounces up beautifully for his brother Darren. Watch the pass inside, gets touched by a Kiwi, so it's play on. This has gone back to the first tackle. Alfie sees out wide, there's nobody at home. And what about Brasher? This is just an absolute great take. Pass back to Renouf. Oh, that is tremendous rugby league, that.
Yes, that's Australia at their best. And this little man here, Alfie Langer, he's always got so many options in his game. Of course, you've got to have a little bit of luck with the bounce of the ball, but when you've got class like this and finishes like that, wow, they're going to be hard to beat. What a stunning try.
Don't know about the Australians, don't know about the current Rugby League world champs. It was the Chicago Bulls.
Mate, that was just absolutely sensational stuff. And the thing about it, the vision from Alfie Langer to see it out wide straight away to put the kick on. The New Zealanders were struggling to get back. They did play the short side very well, Australia.
They were rocked before that from Renouf. Now Lockyer with the chance to make it 6. Outstanding last week, bringing it around. Just a coat of paint in it, but they do grab the lead through the try, and what a try it was. 4-2 Australia. Phew, quite remarkable. This stadium was alive with a great Kiwi start, plenty of hustle and bustle, and now something quite extraordinary from the Australians to quieten them down.
I think the big thing was they waited for Andrew Johns to get the ball and went the other side, and they were just found wanting on the blind side.
Darren Brett. Bit tough, Toddy, when all of a sudden you were leading, you give up the lead, but you've been playing good and you did nothing wrong to be behind.
Well, the thing is, Wayne Bennett always knew the Kiwi side were going to be fired up that first 20 minutes. I speak to him about 5 minutes, 10 minutes just before the game, and he said, Toddy, this team, the Kiwis, are going to be fired up. They certainly are. They're just going to absorb for this first 20 and then let loose. I just don't think he thought they were going to let loose so soon, so he'll be very, very pleased with the first start.
Darren Brett again gets hammered. Great shot in there from Pongia. 10 against 10. Andrew Johns under some pressure, drives this one low. Well read by Barnett. As yet we haven't seen Langer try to terrorise Halligan. Here it is. These are the mistakes where they make you pay. We so often talk about completing sets of 6, controlling the ball.
Well, that's one thing that you cannot do against the Australians at any time of the game, but Alfie Langer was the man who come up with a one-on-one tackle and stole the ball. Now Smith goes to the line.
The Australians with a sense to go straight to top gear. Try and bung on another try. Langer, his domain, just uses up Robbie Kearns with a little bit of a step right in front of the post. Great ball back, never finished off. Hetherington allowed to motor. Hetherington, remarkable strength. On debut, grabs a try. They can't believe it. After such a good start, can't believe that they've been punished quickly with 2 tries.
I think what we have Phil talked about, really, you can't stop till the man's put on the ground. Here, it gets the ball out there, flicks out the back to Hetherington, but look, you can see McCracken had his back turned, Pongi was coming across, and they started to slide. Someone had to tell them where the ball was coming from.
Yes, and it all comes from that drop ball, doesn't it, that the Kiwis made in their real danger zone in their own half, and when you do drop a ball like that, you're going to be made to pay from a class slide like this. Hetherington, who's been brought into the side, very, very strong near the line. And look at him, just looks at the ball there and goes, is it over? But what about this pass there? He wasn't finished off. Hetherington's got a lot of pace near the line. Great little step, caught the defence napping, and just watch when he puts that ball down. It is right on the line.
I'll tell you one thing that Robbie Kearns has done so well with Melbourne this year is offloads are just 100%.
Lockyer from alongside the posts in just a flash. They have sent the scoreboard into overtime. 10-2. Halligan back for another restart. The stadium goes quiet. What a rush. 2 tries to the Aussies in just 3.5 minutes. Time to hit back immediately. Time to hang on to the ball. Darren Britt again. Brasher. Now for Webke. Heavy defence on him. Lost the ball out the back. Not so Johns, who fumbled. And here's their chance. They've got to do what the Aussies are so good at.
And score tries. I think out here now, there's a great tackle here. You see Johns picking the ball up. What a good tackle by Ruben Wiki. Knocked the ball cleanly out of...
Andrew Johns with the fumble from just that impact of the tackle really drove his shoulder in. You're right. Stacey Jones for Robbie Paul. Barnett just had to stop a fraction. Now for Halligan on the inside, wrapped up by Darren Smith.
Come on, listen.
Had an early opportunity, grabbed a penalty goal out of it. Now they've got to grab something more. 4 or 6.
Come on. Get him low.
Stacey Jones, big numbers. Kearney with a step.
Hands up.
Where he is normally dangerous out wide. Was pushed down trying to play it quickly. Kalis is out there in 17. Another high shot. Guess who? And guess who's followed him?
Well, that's what McCracken needed to do. He had to go in there and straight away stand up for the young kid from Parramatta. He's only 19 years of age. Gordon's gone a little bit well. Listen, I don't even think that actually warrants a penalty.
Well, it was a high shot, no doubt about it. Had to pull him up on it.
Listen to me.
Especially after what happened last Friday night.
Listen.
I think that's what he's more worried about. What happened last Friday night, I don't think that was that bad.
You'll get out of the way. Let me sort
You
that
do
means you're
surprise
gonna
me.
get a penalty in that instance.
I thought that was play on, Toddy. What do you think?
Well, you know, if it was last Friday night, he would have got away with it, but obviously the referee's putting his stamp on the game, and fair enough too. I think that we want a good, clean game of football.
Please, please.
Like we used to play with.
That's right.
Hand in your front rower's ticket immediately.
No, I've got to agree with you, Wiz. It was a little bit soft and maybe nothing in it, but he did go a bit high.
I'll tell you what, he's in Aussie, so it doesn't matter much.
Halligan. From where he was just a few moments ago. Bit quiet at the moment after remarkable counter-attack from the Aussies. Now Halligan wanting another 2. Averages around 8 to 10 points a game every time he ventures out there. You add a couple of tries to that, you should be in nearly every ball game you play. Where else but down the middle? Halligan gets them a couple more at 10-4. A little bit more voice now. Johns with a restart. And a bit of space for Joe to wind up. Just to edge them outside the 20. Not far away is Pongia. And they really move up quick. Difficult ball back from the skipper. Jones picks up the dregs and tries to straighten. Hammered by Tallis. Pongia quickly trying to make up for it. And a great surge from him. Robbie Paul. Out for Kearney. Hammers into Langer. Just enjoying the better of possession. The Kiwis as Logan Swan takes them out to 50. Good set of 6 if they can find some grass here with a good kick. Jones trying to keep it low, but he will send it straight to Lockyer.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't do is kick straight down to this kid here. What about the tackle by Reuben working? Tremendous chase on the Jones kick.
Jason Smith immediately calling for it to go wide. The Broncos at their best the way they like to play that. Darren Smith and Saylor who will take it on. Kearney over the top to wrestle him to ground. Kearns already this match at a stage where something's required to give. Bit of nerves from the man on debut, Hetherington. That's what's needed. Short away to Wiki. Now they'll pick up the pace.
Well, that was lucky it was taken by Reuben Wiki then, because there was plenty of Aussies out there to catch the ball. Oh, great tackle by Johns.
Driving tackle low, as good as it gets. Now McCracken throwing himself into the line. Push back. Robbie Paul trying to keep it alive. He gets hammered. Stacey Jones looking for runners. Little kicking behind the line and needs support. They need a quick play the ball. Still some tackles if they can stay the right side. Joe Wagner. They went to where the Aussies were most, and still Billy came up with it. They had a better shot at it the other side. It might still be the best chance. They stay this hand. Kevin Iro. And they give it away. Saylor. They had him busted on the other side in defence.
Oh, unbelievable stuff. Just the pass going the wrong way. The Australians once again, great scrambling defence. But Jones was the man we said at the start of the game. He's got to go to the line, use his little kick and run it 9 times out of 10 the Australian forwards.
Opportunity gone in a big way, Toddy.
Yeah, it certainly was. You guys caught it. It was out there, but you know, in the heat of the moment, sometimes if the calls don't come, it's very hard to see. Great stuff there. They're really giving it to Gordon Tallis, and that's a good turnaround by the Kiwis.
Well, in a big way, this crowd in North Harbour are letting Tallis and company know about it. A mistake that lets them back in just again. Logan Swan climbing pretty high. Tallis is probably going to get up and ask the same question of Russell Smith.
Well, when it gets to that's just very unlucky for the Australian forward there and Gordon Tallis, but I don't think there was anything wrong with that tackle either.
Robbie Paul cutting men out for Ruben Wiki. They've had 2 or 3 real good chances, handling mistakes, letting down both sides in their own danger zones as Hoppy skips away. But this time, when they visit, they've got to start coming up with some points. Jones, short ball up from McCracken is a good one. Stacey Jones a lot more involved in this test than last Friday night. Kearney, good ball being pushed back. Just 15 metres away, the Australians hanging on pretty grimly. Barnett stayed up in the line for that. Eru ducking, taking them inside the 10, but it is the last. Jones shaping as though they wanted to go to the air. Looking wide for Hoppy. Ricky, is it too strong? Tap back, Ricky. He's over the top for Robbie Paul. He puts it down. It'll be a handover, near thing.
Unbelievable football there. Great work there by Stacey Jones. Put the kick up nice and high, but what about Hoppy? He's outside the field of play, gets the ball back inside, and just very unlucky there for Robbie Paul. He could have picked that ball up. That was going to be a try.
Desperation from the Australians, 2 and 3, still getting there in the end to save that.
Yeah, I was really happy about that one.
Jason Smith back for brother Darren. Outside the 30 now.
I think what we're seeing with the Kiwis tonight, Graham, is that their second phase play is a lot better than it was in that second test. They're really using the ball a lot better on.
Ben Eichen out there. Jason Smith, good quick play of the ball. The Kiwis weren't back nor ready. Numbers wide for Lockyer. Did well to drag them in for Thorne. Now for Renoff, back for Brasher to duck, get away from one. Taken by Wiki though. So after handling all that heat, they go down to give back some of their own. Last tackle, Langer. And Langer will go out in search of Saylor or Darren Smith. Pressure on Halligan. Saylor fumbles. Saylor only had to hang on and they had another one.
Well, they certainly did. Great kick there, but it was in Saylor's hands and he's just come up with a knock on. Great work by Halligan to cover up there at the last second.
There should be better support there for the wingers. There should be somebody making sure that they shepherd them so that nobody climbs above them.
Well, Kevin Ira is the man on that side of the centres on the wing to help Daryl Halligan out. Maybe he's got to just drop back the fraction a little bit earlier.
Cracking pace. Wiki. Spending 11 minutes in their own half, the Aussies. But the Kiwis, when they've gone down in their own 20, have made the mistakes that have cost them dearly.
Big thing about that play I've just seen then is that they've got to go 3 wide, not 2. They've got to need one more pass. I'll tell you what, they'll break the Australians on the outside of the ruck.
6-point break to the Aussies as Joe Wagner gives them a bit of a handful. Jones, 45 away, and on the last tackle for Robbie Paul. Lockyer hurries over. This one kept along the deck, and he goes out towards his own post to try and straighten and find a hole. No way through. Good chase from Kalis, but a quick play of the ball. The Australians trying to pick up the pace again.
Well, they certainly are, but great work by Kalis to make the tackle on Lockyer. There was no one on the outside of Kalis, so he had to work very hard. Knock on by Australia.
Another fumble. I'll say it again, though, Gary, that these chances, as they let you in, they give you a shot at it, and all of a sudden it's frustrating if you can't make that scoreboard tick over.
Yeah, well, the Kiwis are really only 6 points behind on the scoreboard, so I reckon they've just got to throw all out attack. They're going to go down the short side here.
Logan Swan, Jones, Halligan in the corner, Lockyer, Halligan! They're going to check upstairs, but it looks as though the scoreboard is ticking. Brilliant blindside stuff.
that's great football there, playing that short side. Alfie got caught nice and quiet. This is when Halligan goes in. Tremendous work there to stay in the infield of play, and that's a try. No worries about that. Tremendous work by Lockie to cover so far, but Halligan just did enough to get there. Tremendous work, Darryl Halligan.
Yeah, Stacey Jones picked it down the blind. He backed himself, and Darryl, well, you called it Graham. He scores a couple of tries. He kicks all the goals. Did he get down with pressure? That's what they're looking at. I'm sure he did.
Wouldn't like to put up no on this board here tonight. Look out. Would have to be happy with the effort, the finish. What great finish from Halligan.
Tremendous work, chucked in, in the deep end really, to go on the wing. Richie Barnick leaves his wing to go to fullback. But tell you, the big thing about that try there, they didn't panic, they drew their man nice and easy. Wendell Saylor had to come in on Jones, but tremendous work there, I think, by Halligan to stand in field of play.
Well worked by Logan Swan and Stacey Jones. And Halligan's taken this one. Couple of metres out past the 20 for Bennett to have plenty of time to think about it all. He knows there is a huge test match on here at North Harbour. This to just about bring down this modern new grandstand. Just away. Wouldn't come back for him, but they are just a couple away at 10-8.
This is just great work there, I think, for young Stacey Jones, just to hold the ball up long enough for Halligan to go through that little hole. But what I've loved about this Kiwi side so far, composure, 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 Graham.
Tony Pulatua gets his chance out there. You reckon he's not fired up? Eru. We said it last week, Tony, if they can play clever tonight and if they can continue to do that, especially to half-time, the upset, the biggest upset in 45 years is on the cards.
Well, I'm sure that's the biggest worry for the Australians and Wayne Bennett, is these guys, we know they're tough, but they can play football as well. They've got so much talent out there, and they're turning on tonight, and that's what they're doing. They're playing football, and it's great to see.
Kevin Iro nearly had a bit of a head start in there for Halligan. Kearney running with support, so much better. Price bumped away for just a moment, and Kearney gets in behind them with a great quick play of the ball.
Well, the referee's pulled this up for playing the ball incorrectly, not getting off the ground, as we're talking about having such a quick play of the ball.
Well, you're going to argue this. He's being held down, jumper over his head. He's been held down a second, a third time.
Well, he's got off his knees to play the ball. That was play on.
Should have gone the other way. Penalty should have gone to the Kiwis.
Unbelievable stuff there.
Brings them off the ball, brings Australia immediately back into it.
Hold it, Kiwis.
Webke. Push back to the 40. Menzies likes to get a little bit wider, but he knows and he senses they have to do some hard work. Times are tough. Price.
I think the player the Australians are certainly missing is Walters. The combination with Alfie Langer. Of course, Johns is just not working this present time. He runs out of dummy half.
Now for Langer. Webke to be used up a couple wide. Just carries them to the 10. Hetherington looking short side. Lockie is there, but will stay the bigger side, open side with Langer. Johns, little kick into the in goal. Awkwardly sits up for Hoppy, but in the end does it well. Interesting that the Kiwis went for the minimum in this test match, just a 6-metre in goal instead of 10.
Well, they might have just will help the Kiwis out, because it helps Alfie out if it's a lot deeper. He can kick the ball a lot deeper, but I mean, that way there, he has to pull up the kicks a lot shorter too. But his chase wasn't that great, Graham.
Kalis will finish up short of his own 30. Tony Iro with a touch. So the benches really in overtime. Stacey Jones again looks out for Halligan. This one really ends up with us though.
Great work there by Jones, though. To see a little bit of a gap, he saw Alfie chase out very, very quickly out of the dummy half. He steps off his right foot, gets on the outside of Kearns. I tell you what, if he could have got a good pass away there, Wendell Saylor was about 15 yards back.
Would have been a nice head start for Halligan. Good to see that Stacey Jones is backing himself. Saylor, long time, fought with them, then pushed it back to Hetherington. Awkward ball, and Renoff puts it down. So a couple of poor passes from Jason Hetherington, and some unusual mistakes from the Aussies.
Well, the thing about it is that the Kiwis' defence is getting up in their face. I tell you what, Renoff is not having one of the happiest nights in the Australian jersey because there's so much pressure being put on him to make so many tackles with all these big fellas running at him.
Steve, man, just hold him in, hold him 5, lads.
Robbie Paul. Interesting. Scoreboard clock was not stopped officially a couple of times when Russell Smith called it to. And by our calculations, it's nearly a full minute shorter than what we believe till half-time. Wonder if that's going to be important. Wonder which one they'll travel with if they've noticed it, the officials. Pongia turned into some trouble in the shape of Darren Brett. Quickly, Sidaru. Good sharp play. Joe Vangana. Tremendous pick-up from Stacey Jones. Awkward one for Kearney, and they might still get 6 more out of it, but they lost it. Now, it was knocked on, but did the Aussies get a hand in the previous play? Now, was it knocked down? Now those communications again breaking down with his touch judges. He might have to run over and speak to him. Scrum feed at the moment is going to stay for Australia.
Hold it, just hold it there, just hold it still, lads, just hold it still. Logan,
Langer.
stay in the pack. Hold
No
him,
hurry, just trying to keep his side settled
stay in the pack.
under this atmosphere that has got them rocking. Lockyer looking for the quick play of the ball. Brasher.
One thing I noticed with the Australian side, everyone's looking around for someone to do some work for them, especially around the ruck area. The Australian forwards, some of them aren't turning up here tonight.
Kearns. Just about nothing in the big arm wrestle between these sides for territory. Tallis is back. And Eru and Logan Swan welcome him back in a big way. Langer. For Johns, took it under a bit of pressure too. Langer's screaming for some runners. Now a little short kick, well read by Barnett, gets a good bounce as well. So just off their game a little.
They certainly are, because I tell you what, Alan Langer is running more here tonight than he was in that second test. He knew his forwards were doing the work for him, but tonight he's had to take the Kiwis on himself in certain situations.
Pongia. Just a 2 in it at 10-8. Robbie Paul will be a danger later in this game, especially from dummy half. Kevin Iro wants to get involved. Straight through Langer, takes them over the 50. Jones. Not a long kicking game, but he's finding the territory and splitting them, giving time to get down there. Saylor aims up for Stacey Jones. Kevin Iro links up with Namu.
One of the best things with this Kiwi kicking game so far is that they're all going up in a line. Once again, Alfie Langer looking for guys to give the ball to. I'm going to put this guy on the ground because he can't create some havoc, and that was Lockyer.
Menzies, out of nothing, he was flat-footed, not expecting it, and he got him started to pick up about 15 metres. Darren Brett. Smashed to the ground by Logan Swan. Langer. Jason Smith. Brother Darren looked to be just a step or two offside if this one stays in play, but he's outside the 10. And put onside by Jason anyway, as McCracken also, I should say, Tallis makes the tackle.
I think a message might have come up from Wayne Bennett. Let's try and turn this Kiwi side around. You can see some of the boys struggling to get back onside now to get the kicking game going against New Zealand.
Namu taken heavily, and the Kiwis are dominating possession. You do that, and you've got a great shot at winning this test match. That's the stat that's got to stay with them, Toddy, right into the second half.
Yeah, it's got to complete those 6, but the other big plus for the Kiwis is they're fighting to get up when they go down. They're looking for the quick play of the ball, and it's just catching the defence of the Australians napping. They haven't got time to turn around and set themselves. And in defence, the Kiwis are up in the face of the Australians, and it's great stuff. They're playing fantastic football, New Zealand, at the moment.
Tries to find his mark again. This one sits up pretty well, though, for Saylor. They were caught deep in their own territory, forced to kick, so that's the game plan of the Aussies. Early tackles, and they're already nearly back to the 50.
It's great work, though, by Wendell Saylor. Put him in a good position to receive the ball from those kicks from Jones.
Ran off on Namu. Namu stays with him, and Wiki hammers him over the top. Robbie Kearns. Great test unfolding. Danger period inside the last 10 before half-time. Thorne to play at 40 away from the Kiwi line.
I think just with the kicking game with Stacey Jones, he's got to go and get in the front line as the ball gets turned back inside by Australia to Webkin. Get up front and he'll get his kick away a lot longer.
That one well read by Pongia and Robbie Paul. Last tackle, Johns kicking back the other side, looking for maybe Brasher or somebody to climb. Left alone by the Kiwis, falling for Thorne, and looked to be a hand in there from Hoppy, the Australians are claiming.
I thought there was a hand in there by Hoppy. The ball did go forward. That's knocked on. There. Or maybe not.
Well, a little touch there from Aiken, I think, as well. So the original knock on against the Aussies. Pretty good call from Russell Smith as Robbie Paul gets out of that dummy half position quickly again. Namu finding Tony Iro. Bit of a happy hunting ground for the Iro brothers here at North Harbour. Jones cutting men out, McCracken folding in from the back. And a good short ball up, maybe for Wiki if he had stayed outside instead of going inside.
Well, there was a great ball by McCracken, but Rudin come back inside, just one pass just too early.
Jones trying to go in behind Brasher. Will it stay in play? Needs it to stay. The Aussies will pick up an excellent bonus for them and 20 metres.
Well, that was a better option by Stacey to get in the front line. He got an extra 20 metres on top of his kick.
Big game from Jones, Toddy in the first 40.
Yeah, he's running with the ball, and as Gaz said, that's what you have to do. And when he runs with the ball, he puts you in two minds. He's a talented little player, and he's very, very tough when he runs. He's very hard to defend against. Those little guys, we always used to struggle trying to put them on the ground, so we need a lot more of that from him, but he needs some backup as well.
Pretty concerned-looking Aussie bench as Brad Thorne takes it to the 50 now for Langer. Tallis goes without. Johns, big backline play, beautifully picked up by Renoff. Good hands back inside the Brasher. Allowed a little bit of space because their forwards had set it up for them over the advantage line. Johns sensing something on the short side, nearly got down there. Last tackle, Langer again. Allowed to run to the line to chip it into some space. Halligan's there and Kevin Iro. Great kick from Langer. They just hesitated, looked at each other, couldn't keep it in play. Here's trouble.
Well, that certainly was. What about this little kick here by the general? Here, Alfie Langer puts the ball over there. Great work there by Kevin Iro to come and cover for Darryl Halligan. With both players under enormous pressure there. But a great save by the Kiwis.
Biggest set of 6 for the Kiwis all night long. This is the one they have to keep. They have to maintain this line. Namu, plenty of knowing looks to each other. Real heavy workload coming up. Webke from way, way back just hammers into the line. Weki slows him down, holds him down just a fraction for Thorne now to take over. And he takes it to midfield. Johns one side, Langer the other. Aiken goes back to Johns with a step. Taken on the inside by Logan Swan and McCracken. Crowd a little quiet. They realise, they sense the danger in this one. Jason Smith to Darren Smith.
Great defensive line there by the Kiwis. Just held their line beautifully.
Price not expecting it. Langer. Everybody taking passes a little bit high, just having to stop. Crunching defence, smashing stuff. Back for Langer, who wants to rush the other side. Short ball up Thorne. Thorne for Jason Smith. Brilliantly worked. Langer sensed it. Langer laid it on. Put it down to the number 7.
Once again, the little man, he just controls this ruck area so well. I think Tony Ira was the man that come out of the line and just took Langer. He just, someone else had to go with him. You'll see him come in just here. Bang, he takes Langer out. But then they didn't come in all together. What a ball by Thorne. Tremendous work there, and then put Smith over underneath the post.
Yeah, Smith ran the right angle too. He took the right option there. Brad Thorne, little flicked out. He's so dangerous. Alfie Langer, look there, he gives the call to Hetherington. Little step now. When Alan Langer holds the ball, you don't know what he's going to step, and he seems to create so much time. That's a great try at such an important time in this game.
So tough to defend against that. Great ball play amongst the forwards, and well read by Langer, who just rushed that side through a good quick play of the ball to set it up for Lockyer. Defence caught out on the inside. Right next to the posts. Vital. And at that time again just before half-time. Those sorts of plays make or break test matches. And the Australians, under all sorts of pressure, get it out to 16-8. Jason Smith. Vital try now as Halligan sets for this restart, and Tallis gets a bit of a spell on the bench. Half-time just about upon us. Inside the last 90 seconds. No mistakes from here on in will be the orders to get it out near the 50.
I think Wayne Bennett will be very pleased that his side just scored within under 2 minutes before half-time. But then they were struggling because the Kiwis, the composure's been so good in the opening 40 minutes. And I'll tell you what, they're only 8 points out of this game. It's not much as now Brasher goes for a scamper out of dummy half.
Made some great tackles, Wiki. That was important because Brasher was nearly away. Thorne made his mark in the short time he's been out there. They've got it out near the 50. Lockyer. Cutting men out, ran off outside his man. Well taken in the end, well read by Sean Hoppy on the last. Langer just trying to keep them down into their own corner pocket. This one waited beautifully for Barnett to be taken just outside his own 10, last 30 seconds. Halligan folds over from the other side, gets smashed by Webke. No mistakes. Kalis fights with them, trying to get away from the 20. There's some terrific football in this first 40 from both sides. Eru taken by Langer last play of the first 40. Jones to go long against Lockyer on a big chase. Lockyer, we might think about running this one dead. He does. Johns with the restart. All bar 40 minutes left in the series of 1998. Pongy is going to give it everything he's got. 15 out from his own line. Logan Swan, another strong performer in the first 40. Found some of his best form this season. And Big Joe tries to climb away from Hetherington. Sideru wrapped up, and a penalty will come for the Kiwis, which will send them downfield. What about the half-time in the dressing rooms from either side, Toddy?
Yes, well, Wayne Bennett, when he walked past me, he wasn't too happy. As usual, he wasn't smiling, but he just told his guys to hang in there for this next 20 and then really turn it on again. It's worked for him in the finals, and about a shocking kick there from the Kiwis. Frank Endicott, he just told his boys that we're still well in this game, just to give it everything. It's one of their last 40 minutes on home soil this year, just to give it everything they've got, and they should win the game.
The effort in the first 40 was outstanding, and Jones is having a good game tonight. Eru, nice and wide as Robbie Paul. Even wider, still Logan Swan. Good threat just on the fringe. They needed it to travel one more pass. Jones gets it on return from the Kraken as the crowd fires up early. Was the ball stolen? And another penalty to give him a good shot at it after half-time.
Well, Well, this is what we needed. We had to start very good here. Renoff is the man who's pulling the ball out with his left hand. Now we're going to have a kick at goal, but I thought they would have made him gone for the try early.
Well, Halligan's attempt will set them up within 6. The penalty's 5-1 to the Kiwis. Just another subtle shot there of Renoff like he did in the grand final. Did he or didn't he really play at the ball? I mean, I think Russell Smith got that one right. They think so anyway.
Well, I'll back them too. I thought he got it exactly right there. But I'll tell you what, the Kiwi, this right-hand side in attack with Ruben Whitney, have really been attacking this left-hand side with Renoff out there with him.
Halligan with another vital one. Shaved the post from the sideline after he scored a try. Immense atmosphere here at North Harbour. And they're all fired up from the break. Halligan, you better believe it, look out. Best in the business grabs 2 more. Makes them smile here at 16-10. Is this the start? The Aussies will be thinking, look out, here comes the comeback.
I think they will be too, because now we're only 6 points short, or maybe even a draw, and then we can go from there. As Big Joe now hits it up nice and tough.
Ball went close to dead in goal. Barnett must have been tempted to maybe stand 1 foot.
Well, he could have done, but then he might have made a mistake of not catching the ball and getting on with the game.
McCracken pushed back on the inside by Hetherington and Webke. So much better control from the Kiwis tonight than last Friday.
Yeah, their control has been absolutely outstanding. That shows in the penalty count, doesn't it? It's 5-1 against them. With them, I should say.
They're more than just a chance. Jones. For so many years, the Aussies have won the mind game when it's mattered most. The experience and the crunch in testing conditions. This is their toughest test in so long.
I think what we're seeing here tonight, Graham, is that the Kiwis know, even though they're behind on the scoreboard, they know if they control the footy and take it to the Australians with a good defence and not give away silly penalties like this, we can win the game.
Kearney resented something. Smith was over quick, blowing this up before he retaliated on Darren Brett. I'm not sure which way he's going on this one.
Well, I think it will go against Steve Kearney. This is the tackle being made as he goes in now. Well, Steve, he goes in with an elbow. That really does deserve a penalty against him. Silly little penalty like that was not needed, because that was around about the 4th tackle.
Getting late in the count, you're right. Now all of a sudden they're defending against 6 tackles right on their own 20. Kearns, penalties 5-2 to the Kiwis. Short side, Jason Smith. Darren Smith just hovering there. Jones wraps him up. Johns. Darren Britt wants some more and tries to bust the line, just 10 away. They got an important one just before half-time. This one not long after. Tallis, great tackle. Wickie's been outstanding tonight. Johns cutting men out for Darren Britt to go to Jason Smith to kick him behind the line. And not a good kick, and Jones has got it.
Tremendous work there. Stacey Jones pointed to the man inside. You've got him, you've got him. Covered up Smith's kick. Tremendous work there by the Kiwis in defence.
Halligan looking up. Finds Barnett. Just the sort of 6 in defence that will give them a massive lift, Toddy.
Yeah, it certainly will. If you look at Smith's kick, then he looks so lethargic and they look a little bit lost near the line. Now the Kiwis are firing up, and this is a great set from the boys.
They're on a roll. Jones will go out looking for Hoppy to chase. They want it to stay. Brasher to leave it alone. It only misses by a couple.
Oh, well, I wonder if we would go back to the 10-metre in the end goal there for Jones's kick. Would have been beautiful. He could have stayed in there. I tell you what, they've got a problem with Smith. He's left the field already. He hurt his shoulder on that last tackle.
So replaced back to the bench with the Australian doctor as Tallis takes it. Goes alone, no support, and a warning, I think, on a shot around the neck.
Come on, we're in defence. earpiece with him, come on.
So he's got Eru. Couple of penalties that are letting them off the hook again.
It certainly is, as Gordon, he was going across the field. Sid's come across there. Oh, he's given a little slap on the jaw, but even Gordon's looked at the referee say, hey, give me a penalty for this.
He got it. Just outside the 40 and even more possession for Webke. Taken by Wiki. Made him spin into the arms of McCracken.
Wait.
Push to find their best. Great ball. Lockyer! 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 Simple as you please. You want him to bob up to turn again. Right on cue.
Unbelievable. So put that try down to Darren Britt being too wide off the ruck. The Kiwi people absolutely cannot believe what's happened. Here he is, nice and wide. Look where Lockyer is. Puts the ball out there. That is great work by the big front row, but Lockyer, sensational stuff. That is one of the best tries you will see, Brent Todd.
Oh, without a doubt, big Darren Brett, he pops up a great ball. And Lockyer, you know, he turned it around last week. He's doing exactly the same here. He is a fantastic player, and Wayne Bennett has got a big rap on him, this guy.
Lockyer, 4 test tries, and he scored a couple of great ones here at North Harbour. Takes his time, well-earned drink. And Bennett might feel a little bit more comfortable, but he knows this is still a long way from over. Couple of tries tonight from the Aussies have come against the run of play, and the Kiwis have got to ask themselves the question about some penalties that they've just coughed up.
Well, that is the second penalty in a row, which has cost them something like 40 or 50 minutes. Frank, of course, looks on, probably a little bit disgusted with the penalties they did give away because there was no need to do them.
Important goal, Lockyer knows that as well. Great talent. Didn't just come up with 4. He loaded up all 6 to send it out to 22-10. Jason Smith still with some running repairs on the bench. Real problems for him, Toddy.
Yeah, he's got a cork on the shoulder, bit of a bruise, getting a bit of treatment, but he will be back on the field.
Brett, great ball up for the last try.
Does that so well for Canterbury all the time. He has little runners on the outside of his Timmy Brasher. Goes for a scamper out of dummy half. A couple of Kiwis now just misses some vital tackles as Paul comes up with one that was needed.
This is where they can't allow the Lockyer try to break their spirit and their control in this game.
Well, that's it. We know that they can come back from this sort of points. The thing is that you've got to hold your defence against the Australians.
Halligan rushed up. He knew that Smith had an unmarked man outside, had to try and put him off balance. Did that and got support from Kearney now. Kearns.
Let him off, 5, back off.
Just got the game travelling the way they wanted at the moment, the Aussies, as Langer goes to Lockyer again and to Renoff. Back for Brasher, who will put the kick in, but he will drill it straight to Halligan, who had himself pretty well positioned, taken by Andrew Johns.
The Australians taking a chance there, Graham, trying to throw the ball a little bit wide. Alan Langer knew that they hadn't come up very quickly, trying to get the ball on the outside and then put some pressure on the Kiwis.
Just got that feeling. The Australians have gone up a couple of cogs. Kiwis have got to match them this time.
Oh, that's a great tackle there by Darren, but I think he's having a fine game out there as once again Siri makes an easy 10 metres around the ruck area.
Andrew Johns hobbling. Jones for Kearney, nice and wide. Taken over the top, managed to push it for Jones. Jones trying to skip away from Langer. A great experience of Langer against Stacey Jones. The kick down. Away from Lockyer, but only just. Back the other way. Stops. No, I'll go back the other way. Skips out of Wiki, takes on Hoppy and finishes up just outside his own 30.
I'll tell you what, if Tim Brasher had stayed on the outside, and he created enough little space here for Brasher to go probably up the outside because Hoppy was the man out to come up with the tackle.
Go, Steve!
Big names on the bench waiting for their turn to get back out there for the Kiwis, as they also wait for something to break their way. Webke doesn't wait for anything to break, he just goes looking for work. 27 minutes spent in their own half. And that's the Kiwis as this kick goes in behind Hoppy. And he goes head-to-head with Hetherington. Kearney, short ball up. Halligan's there. Just needing to get with each other as Andrew Johns in real trouble on the sideline. Ben Eichen out there in 14 at 5'8". Time in possession is just square. Logan Swan. Turning. Taken by Eichen. Struggled with him for quite a while. Eru looking out towards the sideline and some important meters. Puts the Aussies back inside their own 10. Not a bad passage.
A tremendous kick there. Get out the dummy half area, put the ball along the ground, slow the game down just a fraction there. Eru walk to the scrum here, but the big thing about it, what I like, still what the Kiwis are doing, they keep grafting away, and their mistake rate is really way down on the last week's test match.
Sorry, I mentioned that I got the feeling the Aussies have gone up a couple of gears, and this is just about crunch time next couple of minutes.
Well, it certainly isn't. You know, it's an important time, and they are controlling the game. I think the Kiwis just let themselves down a little bit with those penalties, but they've just got to be patient, the New Zealand side. They've played so well for so long. They've just got to be patient. There's a long time to go in this game, and anything can happen. The Australians are controlling it, but our guys are giving it their best shot.
Pulatua and Kalis out there. Darren Britt. Monstered this time. He won't manage to unload on this occasion. Menzies on a short side. 22-10 to Australia as Brad Thorne goes over the advantage line. Taken by Pulatua. Last tackle, Langer looking to Kidd. He's under pressure. He read it so coolly to put it to Jason Smith, who's got back out there. And a huge kick over the head of Barnett.
Well, what about the chase of the Australians now? Smith gets down there with Price. Oh, how good is this kid, Price? Unbelievable chase.
Front rower, second rower got down there in such a hurry. Now they fly in, and the Kiwis have to bring it back strongly. Awkward ball. Kearney not quite expecting it. Just a little bit tired as they're turned around. Penalty had to come, and it was well thought out by Eru to milk it.
Well, it's twice in a row now that he's milked it from the dummy half area. Get out nice and quickly. Now that the Australians do split sometimes on the ruck area. There he is there. You see him not getting back in line. Thorne is the man who was penalised.
Good quick thinking for Halligan to look out to the sideline. 6-3 the penalties. And Halligan this time to pick up some important territory. 35 away. Time to find a try. Time to bust this decider open again. Kalis setting it up as Jones stays short side. Robbie Paul on the open. They go back to Jones. And Wiki just a little in behind the line. Meters gained belonging to the Aussies for the moment. Eru again, shaped a kick, back for Hoppy. Tries to hurdle a couple. Pulatua. Jones. Big back line, big numbers. Robbie Paul on the inside for Kalis. Good defence as they maintain that straight line, though. Kearney. Good quick play. The ball's punishing was Thorne. Jones trying to be involved in everything in this one. Pulatua still alive. Did the Aussies touch it? It is. It's 6 more. Hoppy. Right on the 20. They do keep their patience as well. Didn't push it. Didn't try and force a pass now for Pulatua to go near the 10.
I think now what the New Zealand side's got to do, they've got to go wide straight away on the Australians and make them chase the football.
Jones really wide with Paul and runners. Logan Swan taken in an important tackle by Darren Smith. Putting everything into this. Jones. Robbie Paul again to the other side. Now on the inside for McCracken. It is pretty hard to crack this line.
I think this is where Stacey Jones needs to get the first receiver, either do a little grubber kick for himself. Oh.
Well, Brad Thorne ran off his line to take him down. Now you can stand your ground, you can't run off your line. Thorne had his mindset to put him down.
He went right off the line, used the shoulder there to knock him down, Toddy.
He took him right out. I can't believe we didn't get a penalty out of that, but the Kiwis are attacking well.
Sailor brings it back near the 50. And again, all of that, they handle the heat. Couple of occasions tonight they've done it, gone back down the other end, found a try. Good quick hands. Icon left alone. Icon flicking it on the inside, and the Kiwis should come up with it. The original knock-on against Australia back on the Kiwi 40.
Yeah, well, I don't think Wayne Bennett will be very happy with that. The Australians again got on the outside of the Kiwi play. You can see the slide defence. Robbie Paul's looking at the man who's coming on the outside. The flick pass back inside to run off. It just wasn't on.
Just have a rest, lads. Just have a rest. Let's hold up a minute, lads. Let's hold up.
Enormous pace still, nearly midway through this second 40.
Stay in the pack, Aussie, stay in.
Robbie Paul. Handling errors against the Aussies. The Kiwis just over that 50. Jones. Careless for McCracken on the fly. They look so controlled, so good with the possession tonight, the Kiwis, but every time you think they're going to come up with something, the Aussies maintain that line.
That's really what has kept the Kiwis out of the defence from Australia's. Now Robbie Paul goes to the line.
Kevin Iro from a standing start, trying to get something happening, pushed out by Renoff. It'll be a knock-on against Renoff. Another set of 6 for the Kiwis.
Good work. That's what we're going to get going once again. The second phase play, trying to upset the Australians. There's the ball stolen and knocked on by Renoff.
This sets up the best opportunity since the break, Toddy.
Well, with 20 minutes to go, they've got to score next. They've got to get in there, and I think there's just going to be some individual brilliance. We needed a Stacey Jones or something out there. You know, we're missing Matthew Ridge out there tonight, and he's probably one guy who could turn it around well. They need someone to spark it up because this defence is pretty good.
Iro does his best. Halligan nearly to the outside of Sailor. Robbie Paul. Huge pass wide for Stacey Jones. Stays with Pulatua. The big Pulatua will cross over. The Kiwis believing, saying 45 years of history coming at you.
Well, this is what they had to do. They had to go nice and wide, but the big thing about Stacey Jones goes to the line, held up Gordon Tallis there, and of course Ben Icon, and there was no way Lockyer was going to stop the big Pulatua to put the ball down for 4 points.
Yes, great stuff out wide. It was always on this big Pulatua. Frank Endicott's got a huge rap on this guy. Look at him. He's big, he's fast, and he's put the Kiwis straight back in this game. Great stuff.
Huge celebrations. Tony Pulatua with a try that might just turn it around. Now's the chance. Now's the chance to ride home with emotion and atmosphere here at North Harbour. Halligan to put them within touch. And Halligan nails it. And all of a sudden, there is but 6 points in it. Terrific finish up for Frank Endicott and the Kiwis. Long time still left in this ball game, but has it turned? They think it has here at North Harbour. They want to back them in, the Kiwis.
Oh, they do too. So do I. Don't worry about that. And the big thing about it, Todd, as you'd notice, is that they're controlling the ball in this second half. They're just doing it so well.
Just quietly, what's how good am I? So we need someone to break it. What a moves! We break it open. Pulatua. Great stuff.
Don't say just quietly. Wasn't all that quiet. Logan Swan. Whoever hangs onto the ball, whoever cuts out the mistakes from here on in might just grab it. Jones been everywhere tonight. Namu, good quick hands. Pulatua, short ball. Kevin Iro as they start to back each other up. Jones, monstered by Darren Britton Wedke.
second phase play is working so well for the Kiwis now, really putting the Australians under all sorts of pressure as Jason Smith goes with a big high tackle.
The Kiwis through Kearney take that and take it out to the 50. Tony Iro. Remarkable second half already. Namu, just too strong. It'll go all the way back. Thought the best idea there was probably to keep it in play down towards the try line.
Oh, it certainly was. Either put it up in the air nice and high, put some pressure on Lockyer, or go on the ground to the end goal and try and get some players down there to put some pressure on the Australians trying to run the ball out.
Couldn't understand the thinking looking for the sideline because the Aussies are back on their heels just for some time now as the possession falls for the Kiwis. You wouldn't want to give them a spell at the moment.
Oh, no way. You try and make them run the ball out from where and you can see they are under a lot of pressure with Wendell Saylor coming off the wing to do some work for his forwards who haven't showed up tonight to play.
Darren Brett has been a good performer. Thorne made his mark before half-time. Now for Darren Smith. Hasn't seen much clean ball wide or any real opportunity. Kevin Iro down. As Langer goes quickly to Andrew Johns and a Lockyer and a Renoff with Brasher inside. Renoff now finds Brasher. He goes back to Lockyer. Great chain of passing for Tallis. Tallis straightens, takes the tackle, up to Jason Smith. It's gone everywhere. Webke, Price. Remarkable. Jason Smith, how many passes? What a try! Tell you what, this is close. Tight and tough, but to break away again, the Aussies tonight have come up with two of the best test tries ever.
Oh, that was just unbelievable stuff. I tell you what, I said that their forwards hadn't turned up to play here tonight. I tell you what, their forwards had enormous pressure on here to play with this. Well, what about this catch and pass there by Eichen? Tremendous work. Lockyer again, but the ball play from all the Australian sides, Australian players I should say, was tremendous. They just ran into holes. Here, Gordon Tallis was told, just go forward, take the tackle. He turned, offloaded, and then it was Smith, got a great ball on the Webke, but the handling was just unbelievable. That man there, Price, should be put on the ground, and that's where the momentum should have stopped. What a ball to Smith, though. That is a great Australian try.
Oh, I mean, how can you counteract against this sort of play? Just when you think you're in with a show, these guys show what sort of class they've got, and really the whole team, amongst the whole team is just class everywhere. And I'll tell you what, Gaz, I've got to disagree with you. I reckon that Australian Shane Webke's had a tremendous game out there. He's gone forward, and I've got a big rap on that kid.
Yeah, I'm not saying all of them haven't turned up. What I'm saying,
you said the forwards didn't turn up, mate.
Yeah, that's because you're a forward.
Lockyer, 3 from 4, 14 passes in a stunner for all of that, and Lockyer, it deserved to be converted. But the Kiwis need to head back again at 26-16. Not even a hint from Wayne Bennett yet of a smile. He knows there's so much football left still in this deciding third test. Can they come back once more? Langer. Darren Brett.
Well, let me tell you one thing, Todd. I think Darren Britt's probably been one of their best. Wasn't meaning the whole forward pack, but tell you what, some of them have gone missing here tonight and haven't done the usual work they did in that second test.
No need to justify yourself, mate.
I'm not justifying myself here. It's just the rest of the country.
Wendell Saylor. Jason Smith. Andrew Johns will go all the way to turn Barnett around. And Barnett with a bit of an awkward bounce here has to play. Darren Smith. Remarkable to get down there, Langer. But what about Barnett? Great comeback.
Oh, tremendous work there by Richie Barnett. Heaps of pressure by Smith. One of the best chasers in the game is now the Kiwis go wide with G. Namu.
Terrific test match. Some great rugby league in this one. Poppy. Far from done with. Just under 14 minutes left to play. Pongia. Can they dig deep enough to find something special? The Aussies with the most line breaks and 2 remarkable test tries that will be talked about for a long time to come. Quick hands for Namu. Lockyer out there to read it along with Brasher in support. Back to the inside, can't get away from Tony Ira. Gave him some treatment in the second test last week. Renoff. Long, slow play the ball. Sailor from deep. He has sensed that they need something in the forwards. He sensed they've needed some support. He's got in there. And a major break here to set up an opportunity for Australia. Short side for Kearns and Jason Smith. He's forced to go back to Menzies. Great broken play runner. McCracken shuts him down. Langer looking for Andrew Johns, and somebody in the inside, Kearns. Pushes it back, sits up. Good quick hands. Chance with numbers now inside. Renoff! Renoff looking for a double. Down to the last. They must hang on. Have to. Johns. Langer. It'll sit up for Lockyer. Brilliantly taken. Numbers. Huge numbers. And Thorne will get one. Great skills still again to spread it.
It's just great vision, isn't it, to go wide when you know you've got the players there. Tremendous work once again by the Australian side to get the ball out nice and wide. We'll have a look here to whether he was out. The tackle from Halligan. Oh, that is so close.
Yeah, it's a fair try, though. His foot didn't touch the line, and really Alan Langer was controlling everything there. They went that short side. The numbers were there. Darryl Halligan was caught out, and Big Brad Thorne, the front rower, standing out wide. Just gets in.
Amazing. Last tackle, they spread it.
Yeah, it did, and went to the wrong man and actually missed two players out. Jason Smith and Langer were there going to get the ball. Lockyer, I thought, did magnificently to drag the players in. Halligan was under all sorts of pressure there because he had a couple of players coming towards him.
Now, this first step in goal, does it go across the chalk? I'll tell you what. Photo finish. Photo finish if it ever touched the chalk. Still looking upstairs for somebody to make a rather important call here. Popular or not. He is with this guy. Amazing passing. They just have kept it alive, and it probably reflects perfectly the attitude of Wayne Bennett to rugby league.
Yeah, he just says, hang in there, and I'll tell you what, I was saying that some of the 410 turn up, but now they start turning up and start scoring tries.
Remarkable effort from the Kiwis, and I'm still trying to work out this scoreline after being put so heavily to the test. The quality that they've come up with after handling so much pressure from what has been such a good effort from New Zealand. Lockyer from right out near the sideline. Won't bring this one round either. But they send it right out to 30-16.
The thing about that try there, you know, if that pass had been caught by either Smith or Langer, there's no try. Both of them decide to let the ball go, and I'll tell you what, Lockyer's hands, the way he picked the ball up was absolutely sensational, and the way he laid the try on.
Thorne. 14 points in it, Toddy, but a test match from either side with great quality.
Yeah, it certainly has. You know, the Kiwis got to take your hats off to them because they've played disciplined football out there. They've given it their best shot. They're still not out of it with 10 minutes to go. Anything could happen, but this Australian side now are running pretty hot, and you just got to look at the class of the Australians. Every player in the Australian side can probably turn the match, and when you've got players like Alfie Langer and Wendell Sailor coming in to help the forwards, they are a great unit with a coach that is without doubt the best in the business.
Andrew Johns. Down to Barnett, who had a big game at fullback replacing Ridge.
I'll tell you, I think he's had a magnificent game there at the fullback spot. I'll tell you what I've noticed here with the Australian side too, though, is that Alfie stopped doing the kicking game. It's gone to Andrew Johns.
Pongia They've matched it in completing sets of 6 tonight, which is what you have to do against the Aussies, but they've just been beaten by remarkable football.
Oh, look, some of those tries, as you said, Graham, will be talked about for years and years to come. The big thing about it, when we get down the opposition 25, we're going to start putting points on the board.
And quickly to give themselves some chance still. 10 minutes is a long time in any game. Tony Iro. That's the frustration of being behind. Probably not the right sort of kick that they're looking for.
And the ball had taken an unusual bounce and come instead of going right, going left. There's an opportunity there for the winger and Hoppy to regather along with Wiki, who would have been backing him up inside. But it does get frustrating because you've got to try things when you're behind and you do things that you wouldn't usually do.
Has Langer been pushed to find his best yet?
Well, I don't think he's played to his best, but mate, he's a great player. He's laid on 2 or 3 tries here tonight. You know, what more do you want the guy to do? How good is he though?
He just seems so often to be in cruise control, even when...
I'll tell you what, I the pleasure of playing against him, and he's, to me, when you're out there, he's never in cruise control. He just has so many opportunities around him to deliver the passes to.
And they do it again, keeping this pill alive. For Renoff with a step. Jones did well to hang on.
I've got to say, Gaz, I had the pleasure of being stepped around by him when I played against him, so he's a fantastic little player, Alan Langer, and, you know, close to the line, he's at his most dangerous, and, you know, he's been tremendous close to the Kiwis try line all night.
That's a fairly big club, though, that one, Toddy, isn't it?
What did he step around?
Well, everybody's been stabbed by Alfie, I think.
Price playing it back for Langer just to put a little chip in. Just when you think he's quiet, gives you something to worry about. Well read. Great courage from Barnett.
I've on the right over there.
He's had a great game at the fullback spot there. You know, comes on the ball, put his body on the line numerous occasions here tonight. To stand tall after this game, let me tell you.
Namu. Pulatua scored a try that really set this place alight, and then the Australians went into overdrive. 8 minutes still. Can Jones or Big Joe find something? McCracken, good play, knocked down by Renoff, back. Another scrum feed and possession coming up with the Kiwis.
Yeah, once again the Kiwis trying to force the ball. Lucky that we do come up. McCracken's actually just come back onto the field there. Once again, if the Kiwis have got the ball on the outside of that player there, there's only one man left, and that was Eichen up against Hoppy.
It's about now for everybody in black and white. Hoppy from one wing right out to the other. Kearney, Hetherington up very quickly, forced to go to Jones. Langer taking on Tony Pulatua, giving them some concern tonight when he's come from the bench.
He's a devastating runner, isn't he? Nice and wide, got a big left-hand fin. Good inside ball there to Big Joe.
Still trying, still searching for a solution. Just near the 50. Back for Kevin Iro. Nothing really on, has to start from something nice and flat. 40 away, looking for the quick play of the ball. Namu. Kearney. Knocked down by the Australians, should be 6 more. There was a hand in there from Australia, not signalled as yet. Now they give it up.
Oh, that was so unlucky there, Pulatua. Just a little flick pass, been a little bit higher to Hoppy. They were in all sorts of danger, but like you said, things just not going their way now in the last probably 8 minutes of the game.
To the last 6. Menzies. The defence has been outstanding, equaling some of their attack, Australia. Langer still finding runners. Webke just slipping a little. Jason Smith hanging this one up high. Halligan hasn't received the treatment that I thought he would get tonight in the kicking game, especially from Langer.
I think the thing about the Kiwis defence, they harass Langer all the time. That's why you've seen the change of kicker. And, you know, Halligan's credit, he's been there every time when the tackle had to be made or run the ball up.
Something actually real extraordinary has to be tried here. 39 minutes downtown they've spent. Just that little gap that provides a difference.
Great pass there by Kalis.
Pushes the pass back. Keoniro goes out to Stacey Jones. Tried hard tonight. Wiki, his defence has been remarkable at times also. Namu on the chase for Hoppy. Lockyer. Now it's Brasher at the back. And Brasher touches it near the sideline, but stays in the field of play.
Great little kick there by Namu, but tremendous effort there by Brash to get across there and stay in the field of play.
They won't worry about gambling, Australia. Normally Langer, early tackle count, likes to get in and spread it. This time they stay with the forwards through Darren Britt. Big second half from him. Langer. Andrew Johns. Last tackle. Langer. Driving this low away from Barnett, looking out towards the sideline. It is too strong. Dead in goal.
I was just talking about Andrew Johns taking the kick. 15 seconds to go in this game. Keoniro trying to get on with it, start early. That's what they have to do. Just got to push the pass now anywhere around the field. Just make yourself available.
Weki. Got to go a long way, Toddy, to really scratch your head and think about major Kiwi mistakes, yet they're so far behind.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. You know, they've completed their sets of 6, and you know, I suppose early in the first half they gave away a couple of penalties, which cost them. And I suppose right at the start of the game, those 2 quick tries by Australia cost them as well. But it's been a pretty polished performance by the New Zealand side. They've given it their best shot. I just think this Australian side tonight have just been really on fire on their ball and have played a tremendous game.
Not so much as hot, but scalding. Absolutely boiling.
Absolutely. You're dead set right there, Graham Hughes. They've been on fire from the start, from the kickoff, when they scored those 2 quick tries, which really did put New Zealand behind the 8 ball straight away.
Jason Smith from the back of the scrum in behind Halligan for Sailor to put pressure on him. Got nowhere to go. Great thinking, great kick.
Once again, they're just keeping the pressure on the Kiwis. They know that there's only 2 minutes to go in the game. Here's a little chip over the top. Noah Halligan once again beautifully positioned to take the ball over there. Wendell Sailor, of course, comes up with the tackle and the TV camera at the same time.
Marked down a tackle for one of our crew.
That'll be the first one and only one.
Pressure under this one. He's got Webke backing. He had Britt, but he decides to go alone. Another fine tackle from Wiki. Webke. Still pumping it out with just 90 seconds remaining. Langer went decoy one side for Darren Britt to take them on. Heavy defence still on him. Langer. Inside, Menzies one-on-one with Barnett. Spins in the tackle, looks for Renoff to get a double. The way they've kept it alive has been something special.
It certainly has, once again going nice and wide, but holding the pass up the last second. This is what is renowned for this bloke here, Steve Menzies. He backs up everybody who turns up, and this guy here, well, how many tries has he scored this year? Renoff, he's been outstanding.
Yes, they certainly have played well. They've backed each other up so well. When the pace of the game just hasn't changed. They know that it goes for full 80. Menzies, well, he just about got there, but Renoff, he's a great player, and what can you say about this Australian side? I'm sure their coach will be very, very pleased.
2 tries tonight, and they have been put to a very big test, but you've got to give them 5 stars.
Yeah, you do. Makes it hard to say that, Graham, but you do. That once again, the slide defence in New Zealand they just held off from the inside. Is now Johns.
Lockyer on the sideline, and Johns grabs a couple. There'll be no restart. Disappointment in the end for this great crowd in North Harbour. 45-year wait will go into another year. to try and grab the series. Australia outstanding. The Kiwis a huge effort at 36-16. But they know they've been in a tough one. They have to come up with some real magic to put paid to this threat from the Kiwis in this second 40. And I must admit, I mean, they haven't done a lot wrong to get punished by so many.
No, they haven't. The big thing about it, their defence from all the games has been absolutely outstanding. Their attack, just a couple of times needed to attack the line just a little bit better. But tell you what, the performance tonight, I thought, was great. The scoreline really doesn't reflect it, though.
Some great football in this test from both sides. Tallis started out the real villain here at North Harbour. The aggression tonight was certainly controlled from both sides. Jason Hetherington, don't think he'll do a swap with Sid Arrow. It's the first he's ever grabbed for Australia.
That's what you never do, never the first one.
Plenty of stars all over the paddock. Pongia tried hard as skipper. A couple of Bulldogs getting together, Halligan and Hetherington. Opponents tonight. But this Australian side, what a year for Langer, State of Origin skipper, Broncos skipper. Now he's got the trifecta with the Aussies.
Yes, it is.
Seem to have a problem downstairs to Alan Langer. We'll try and rectify this as the two Bulldogs tell each other how it unfolded.
One be very, very happy, and the other one was a little bit sad there in Darryl Halligan. But I must admit, both players there, I thought they had outstanding games here tonight.
Well, just await the presentations here at North Harbour. And Australia about to celebrate with wrapping up this series yet again. Back with a whole lot more in Auckland after this. Well, commiserations for some. The Aussies celebrating here, but the effort again outstanding from the Kiwis. A couple of crunches midway through the second half that turned it. A couple of stunning tries to the Australians. Let's take you down for the presentations.
On stage for the presentation of the Trans-Tasman Trophy, would you please welcome Mr. Gerald Ryan, the President of the New Zealand Rugby League, Mr. John McDonnell, the President of the Australian Rugby League, and Mr. Hilton Sack, the Executive Vice President for Australia and New Zealand of Visa International. To say a few words on behalf of the series sponsor, Visa International, I'd ask Mr. Hilton Sack to please come to the microphone.
Well, we at Visa are really delighted to be part of this event tonight. But really, thanks goes to Quinton and Alfie, two fantastic teams. Give them all another hand for a wonderful night's entertainment. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure after such a valiant effort, we'd like to hear a few words from the Kiwi captain. Please ask Quinton Pondier to come forward, please.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank the public for coming here today and standing by us. A little disappointing for us, but we've got a test series in Great Britain in a couple of weeks. But we'll do our best and we'll bring home a cup for you. Thanks.
To accept the Trans-Tasman Trophy on behalf of the Australian team, please ask Alan Langer to come forward and accept the trophy.
Well done, great to meet you. Now listen, get that trophy and get a shot there.
Right jumper for everybody here in New Zealand.
I'd like to thank New Zealand for a fantastic series. It's been very tough, but they've really played well. I wish them all the best in England. Second of all, I'd like to thank my team. We've come together the last couple of